Hey, what's up, my fellow fishies? This is your mid to end of the month forecast for October 2016. Thank you so much for joining me. Briefly, before we get started, just wanted to remind you guys that this is for anyone who has the sun, moon, or rising sign in the sign of Pisces. And don't forget, you are more than one sign, guys. So you can click the link that I have below to a website where you can go check out your birth chart for free. You can pull it up and find out what your moon and rising sign are as well. The rising sign is the most accurate every month when it comes to looking at your monthly forecast. So if it's different than Pisces, I suggest you go watch that video too. You only can find out your rising sign if you know your time of birth. If you don't, sorry, you can't find out your rising, but you can still look at everything else. And don't forget to watch your moon sign video as well. Also, if you would like a reading, which is an interpretation of your own birth chart, because nobody in the world has the same exact birth chart as you, then I would love to interpret it for you. So my website is indigomoonastrology.com. You can go there to order a reading with moi. All right, now on to your October mid to late month forecast. All right, Pisces, so let's start out by talking about this full moon that we had on the 16th and how it's going to affect you guys from this full moon until the next one in November. So this happened in the sign of Aries. And a full moon in general is when the sun and the moon are in opposite signs. So they're sending this opposing energy to one another, which is kind of challenging. And what happens is they initiate a breakthrough of something having to come to a close or to an end in order to initiate a new beginning for you. So they're in two different signs. The moon is here in Aries, which is your second house of earned income and material value, material possessions. And then the sun is in Libra, which is your eighth house of the money that you receive from other people or that you balance and budget with other people. Now, the moon is in Aries in your second and is in conjunction with Uranus. Uranus is a planet of things happening all of a sudden. It's shocking. It's like sudden changes that are unexpected. It's also being outside of the box and outside of the norm. And so when this moon, full moon, is like sitting right on there, it's like bringing this shocking energy to your world. So a lot of my Pisces, you guys can have something come up when it comes to your finances. It's definitely affecting the finances. Either something will change with yours or a partner's finances. Maybe you get a brand new job and the job is not really something that is of the norm, let's say. Okay, it's kind of shocking to other people. You might suddenly leave a job to start a new one and people will be like, what's going on here, Pisces? Like, I thought you were just a straight-laced cubicle worker and now all of a sudden you are like working as a carny or something at a carnival. I don't know, I just came up with that right now, but you're doing something out of the box. And then it could affect your partner's, income as well, because yours changes and you guys, the eighth house is about you guys joining together, joining forces financially. So something changes there. Or it can be the opposite. Your partner may get a new job and it affects you financially in a good way, or maybe in a, a less favorable way, to where you kind of have to change the way you budget your money, the way that you spend it, change the way you guys use your resources around your house. But something definitely is going to change in regards to your finances with this full moon. On the 18th, Venus moves into Sagittarius, which is your 10th house of career. So wherever Venus transits, she kind of sprinkles a little fairy dust there. She softens things up for us. She makes life a little bit sweeter for us in that area. Venus rules relationships, but also pleasures of the five senses and how we enjoy the earthly physical experience as a human being. So it's in your 10th house of career. People could be looking at you in a more positive light when it comes to career, or it can be like the public spotlight, the mark that you're making in this world. So if you're a Pisces that is involved in any type of social media, networking, the world will be seeing you in a more positive light during this time. And like, oh my gosh, Pisces is so beautiful, so handsome, so creative. Oh, we're just raving about Pisces right now. Also, if you are trying to change your career, like maybe the full moon might have initiated a career change, it could be one that, is a lot more favorable for you as far as feeling like you're doing something that you belong doing. Okay, Venus can really help you to feel that way. transiting through your 10th house. Maybe with the full moon, you guys are making a lot more money. And when Venus transits the 10th house is all about having the best of everything. Like, I worked so hard to achieve that I deserve the best. That's Venus in the 10th. So maybe you can be spending a lot more money on things that you maybe weren't able to buy before, and now you've achieved great things, you've worked hard, and you feel like, I deserve this. I deserve to spend this money right now on something a little more luxurious than I usually do because I earned it. I worked really hard for this. On the 19th, Mars and Pluto come together in the sign of Capricorn, and this is your 11th house of groups, of like-minded people, and friendships. So this is an intense energy. Mars is aggression, and it can be anger and impatience, and it can be violent sometimes too on a negative side. On the positive side, Mars can be very ambitious, very action-oriented, and all about getting things accomplished, like just jumping on it, right? Pluto, on a negative side, can be power hungry, abusive, manipulative, and violent, okay? And then on the positive side, Pluto can be all about super intense transformation, like the Phoenix bird transformation, shedding away the old self to become a new person, a new lifestyle, just something totally different from what you were before, okay? So when these two powerhouses come together, there's several things that can happen. It's in your house of groups and friendships, so maybe some of you guys suddenly decide to leave and quit a group or an organization that you were involved in. You know, maybe it can't even just be a Facebook group. You decide to leave, or maybe a friendship comes to an end, sad to say, you know, because maybe you guys had a heated argument about something. A lot of people are getting into politics right now, and a lot of racial subjects, you know, so maybe something caused a conflict, a really strong conflict between you and a friend, you know, regarding these like major life news issues that are going on, and you guys disagreed and decide to cut the friendship off. I mean, that's on a negative side. The positive thing is, if you want to achieve anything with a group, this can be like a superpower energy to where you can really get some things accomplished. The 11th house is all about gathering the masses. So if you want to do something like extreme to gather the masses together, gather your friends together, gather a group together towards a cause that you are really passionate about, Mars and Pluto conjunction is an excellent time to do that. That is going to be your superpower energy. Now, this conjunction happens on the 19th, but that is when it's at its peak. The energy is still felt a few days before when it's building up, and a few days after when it's descending. It's still hanging around. So remember, the week of the 19th is when this super intense energy happens. On the 22nd, the sun moves into Scorpio, and for Pisces, this is our 9th house of higher education, of travel, of seeing the world in a more optimistic light. Let me tell you, the 9th house is a very happy-go-lucky energy. I love the 9th house energy. It really makes us feel good about life, very appreciative. You'll find yourself using the word awesome a lot more. You will find yourself giving thanks to whatever higher power you may believe in for everything around you. You'll be thankful for even, like, I don't know, the socks that you're wearing. Thank you higher power for these purple leopard socks. I'm so thankful. Like, you're just gonna be thankful even about like things that are cheesy, okay? So thankful, so grateful for just your life during the sun in the 9th house. This is also a good time to travel, arrange travel plans, especially faraway travel, okay? Like places that are out of state or maybe even out of the country. It's a good time to enjoy that for this next month. If any of my Pisces are trying to further their education and get something initiated there, Sun in Scorpio, great time. Scorpio season in general, it's your time to have that highlighted for you, especially because on the 24th of October, Mercury moves into Scorpio. Mercury is all about communication. It's a busybody energy. It's the mind. So your mind is going to be on higher education. It's going to be on broadening your horizons in life, whatever that means for you. That can mean career advancement, getting some more training or some more education to help further a career that you already have. It can mean just being more adventurous in general in life and seeing the world as being yours instead of like only your little bubble, you know, the little things that you own, your house, your car, you know, little material items around your house. Instead of just seeing the world from that type of perspective, you're going to see the whole world as being yours. A lot of my Pisces people, we kind of already think that and have that mentality already. We see the whole universe as being ours, and we're just floating here like a part of it like everyone else. But sometimes it doesn't matter your sign. We can go through times, or we can be that type of people by nature to where we only recognize the day to day. Okay, but hey, when Mercury and the Sun move into Scorpio this week, we are going to see the broad big picture. On the 29th, Venus will come in conjunction with Saturn in our 10th house of career. So let me tell you, Pisces, I already know because I'm a Pisces moon, this affects me too, to a degree. Saturn, that planet that is like an old man, a stubborn old man, he does not let us go out and play. He wants us to do our homework and work hard and just march along with our heads down. Yes, sir, Mr. Saturn, sir. And he's hanging out in our career house. So he's been really making us work so hard to make a name for ourselves and to really establish like a legacy or a career, okay? And that's been happening for the last year, since the end of 2015 for us. So it's very stern and strict, really making us work super hard. And a lot of us Pisces are very sensitive people, and Saturn energy can be very harsh, you know, very drill sergeant-y. So when Venus, a very soft and soothing and, you know, pleasurable energy comes in contact with Saturn, she kind of tells him to give us a break for a little bit. Like, let us enjoy the fruits of our labor. Like, let us look back and see what we've accomplished thus far, and enjoy some of it. Because Saturn will keep us marching along like, hey, you may have accomplished a little bit, but there's still a lot more. Even if it's like grand things we've already accomplished within our career, Saturn energy makes you feel like, but wait, there's always more. There's always more you can do. There's always better. You can always do better. Venus, around the 29th, comes in, steps in and tells Saturn, look at how hard Pisces has been working for the last year with their head down, marching ahead like you asked them to. Can they please just enjoy themselves a little bit? Like, spend a little money, you know. They'll work hard to put it back. I mean, can they for a little bit? Saturn may unfold his arms for that short time that Venus is trying to speak softly in his ear about stuff. Then he's going to say, okay, right back to work after this week, you know, that this transit is in a full effect. Okay, so this is around the 29th that we can ease up a little bit as far as the hard work that we've been doing. On the 30th, there is a new moon in the sign of Scorpio. This is in our 9th house of greater opportunity, higher education, and travel. So new moons are when the sun and moon come together in the same sign and in the same degree. Okay, they meet together and they birth something brand new for us. So for us, this is new opportunities for travel and education, period, point blank. I mean, it can be just coming to a realization about what we really should be thankful for in life. Like, not complaining, not, you know, Pisces energy, just being completely honest. Can be a little woe is me at times. I'm always the victim. Everybody's always, you know, stepping all over me, taking advantage of me. Floating out here in the ocean, and I always need someone to throw me a life raft. I just can't do life. Like, that's the negative side of Pisces. But when we have energy highlighting our house of opportunity, we can see that we have our own life raft, and that we don't need to be floating out there helplessly. Oh my God, in life, you know, we can do things for ourselves. We can achieve great things. We can go after more. We can go after better. Okay, so a new moon here is a new beginning. It can be just a new perspective. It doesn't have to be, you know, starting in college, although some Pisces can do that. Start a new college courses, or just start reading some more books that are on a certain thing that you're working towards, maybe a certain career, or maybe just in general, if you're not really a career Pisces, reading more books that can help to broaden your mind a little bit more on some subjects that are like worldwide. But yes, the more drastic changes you may see in your life as a Pisces, or other Pisces around you, are like completing education, beginning education, making some big travel plans, you know, some brand new travel plans. So excellent opportunity time during the new moon on the 30th. All right, Pisces. So lastly, I'm going to draw two angel tarot cards for us this month. One is for the full moon in Aries on the 16th. The other one's for the new moon in Scorpio on the 30th. All right, so I'm going to shuffle and I'll be right back with our cards. Hello, hello, my Pisces. So these are your cards for the month of October for the full moon and new moon. So first, let's do this card for the full moon. This is the 10 of Earth. The message on the card says, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. So Earth cards are all about stability, a lot of times financial stability, stability just in the material world in general. It can mean money as well. And if we look at the image on the card, I see this image. When I see this image, I think of like a blended family or a family that's a little bit different and out of the box. Okay, they're not the norm. And you know, another sign got this card, and I gave the same disclaimer. Pardon me if this offends anyone, since everyone's so offended by everything with Saturn being in Sagittarius right now. But this looks like these angels look like a couple. Okay, it's two ladies, and they look like a couple. Okay, and then there's two children here. One of them is a different color than the other, like skin color, but they look to be a family. Maybe this can be a couple that adopted these two children, you know. But anyway, this is just saying that their family is doing it different, doing something different, doing life differently. So when it comes to your finances, I think there is a different way that you're going to find to earn them. This card validates the astrology that we talked about, because you might find a new job that's a little bit different. And this is pretty much just saying go for it. You know, you will have financial security as long as you follow what is true to you as far as how you make your money. Finding magic in the little things in life. Yes, honey, definitely. There's a lot of energy that's happening for you in general in this month to really help to bring that type of view and vision of life into your life. So that is the full moon card. Just do things differently when it comes to your money, and it can bring some happiness to you. So the new moon card for new moon in Scorpio on the 30th, you got the World card, and it says a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, the path toward enlightenment. So what did I tell you guys? This moon is in your 9th house of the greater vision, greater opportunity, optimism, and faith. Seeing the world as being yours. So this card totally validates that for you. So you can be rewarded for some hard work. Even though this new moon is not happening in your house of hard work, there's some energy that's also happening at the same time to kind of bring that area of life to light at the same time as a new moon. So this can make you feel just more optimistic and brighter about life in general. And if you see the Archangel Michael on here, he's got two wands. He's got all the elements around him. Okay, he's got earth, water, fire, and air, and he's like manifesting. Look, there's some little sparkles and magic in this card. I love seeing sparkles in cards. Makes me think of just some magic suddenly happening, or you being able to have like so much more creativity, such a more of a positive mind to create magic in your own world. And that's what this card says to me for you guys. So remember, like the 4 elements being in this card, it's like you are gathering all of those together to use them to your advantage, to have more power, but in a positive way though, you know, not like a power like I'm going to take over the world, haha, like in an evil way or anything like that. It's like more like you see the world as yours, you see possibilities, and you see your own power that you have to make things that are awesome, totally awesome happen. And don't forget to use the word awesome this month. So those are the cards for Pisces for October. All right, Pisces, that was our mid to end of month forecast for October 2016. I hope it was helpful for you guys. Hope it was insightful in some sort of way. And I really appreciate your patience this month. As I spoke about in my update video that I did, a week or two ago, I got a lot of orders for readings and I was not expecting that much, but it is really awesome. That Saturn in the 10th working for me is a Pisces too, right there. Working very hard on these readings, and that's the direction I'm trying to go towards. But you know, so the monthly horoscopes had to be put a little more in the back burner, unfortunately, just being honest. But I'm still trying to be consistent, like Saturn's telling me to do, still getting them out there for you guys. And in November, I anticipate on having the full monthly horoscope for you guys in a timely manner. So just stay tuned for that. And don't forget, if you would like a reading, a personal reading just for you, IndigoMoonAstrology.com is my website. Well, take care of yourselves, Pisces. I'll see you guys next month in November. More career stuff to come. So stay tuned.